Hello Spurs fans, this is LJ, latest on the Spurs chat. Excuse the attire, but I'm still busted right up with this flu or whatever it is. It ain't COVID, ain't a disease. Tested negative. But it must be the old man flu. And I weren't going to do a video today, because I was obviously feeling rough. But I made the mistake of sitting here watching YouTube and looking at all the Spurs, the famous sort of podcasts, and I just think it's almost like they revel in the misery. It's almost like they want us to be shit. And I just thought I've got to come on here and, you know, say me piece. Right, today, you got all them injuries, now you got a bug going round. Then you lose Dragons at half time, who was pony in the first half, but probably down to the bug. You had Brandon Austin in goal. First 20 minutes, I thought, doing all right here. I was quite surprised. I said to my brother-in-law and my son who was watching with me, I said, it's like they thought, sod it. We've got nothing to lose, let's just go for it. Fair play to them. Got the goal. Newcastle got the equaliser. And I'm sorry, I know people are saying by the letter of the law, especially these so-called Spurs fans that say, yeah, it don't matter about the goal, it was a goal. No. There's grey areas in the letters of the law. Poor pass from Sarr to Bergvall, stretching, tried to knock it across. It is and it stopped the trajectory of where the ball was going to go. Whether it had got to the Spurs player, we don't know, but it stopped and was an advantage to Newcastle. So that for me is no goal. Can't change it now. Anyway, 2-1 down. Second half, Dragon's off, as I said. And then you got Spence in the middle with Archie Gray. And I was shouting at this, saying, why don't you put Dorrington on? At least he's a centre half. But to be fair, that second half, how can you moan at that? How can these people what I've just been watching moan at that? They gave it absolutely everything. Okay, they didn't test the Newcastle goalkeeper, but they done absolutely everything. The grit, determination, the will to try and succeed, the effort. You can't ask for more than that. And apparently a lot of the Spurs fans stayed behind and applauded them. And then you get people saying, yeah, so typical Spurs fans accepting mediocre things. No, the proper fans were them ones that applauded them off. Newcastle would have won 6 now, but they'd won 5 on a bounce. They were a team banging form. And in the second half, it looked like we were the team banging form. Let's get it straight. Credit people where it's due, boys, yeah? They gave it everything. They didn't deserve to lose. They deserved at least a draw. So I had to come on and say that, you know, because it's too easy to slag them off of it. Then you get people coming out with these stats. You know, this is the worst home record since 1993. You know, what was it? 28 points out of 83 or something like that. Listen, whether you like Ange or not, and as I said, I'm still sitting on the fence. The amount of crap that he's had to endure is mental. I can't remember, and I've been supporting Spurs for 45 painful years mostly, but I can't remember a crisis like it. And then on top of that, he gets a bug going through the team. He must be thinking, bloody hell. Do you know what I mean? And now you got people say he's got to go. If he goes then, what are you going to do? You bring a new manager in, he's going to have the same injuries, the same suspensions, people just coming off the bug. You might as well keep him. And I've been moaning about Ange when he don't change tactics. And again, these people that are moaning on these platforms, saying, same old rubbish, he won't change his things. Watch the game again, mate. Watch the game again. The fullbacks weren't inverted today. They didn't play out from the back too much. They was obviously Brandon Austin to not put more pressure on him was obviously told by Ange, ping it up the centre, Solanke will try and flick it on and we'll just have to get the percentage balls, yeah? Or he could hold it up and bring others into play. They were doing that a lot. They've done that more than what they were doing playing out from the back. And as I said, they weren't inverted. I mean, Pedro Porro's crossing was mental today. Absolutely mental. That was the best game he's had for a while. And that shows me that he was absolutely knackered. He's had a week off, and it's no coincidence that he came and played like that. The only negatives for me, and the worrying negatives, are we are struggling with this system, with an area of the pitch which isn't down to injuries or suspensions or bugs, which is the final third. Solanke, I haven't got a problem with him, not at all. His effort, his work rate, got a deserved goal today, can't knock the man. But we are playing in a system where we need wingers to take on the fullbacks, and this is down to Ange. He wanted to buy Brendan Johnson for £50 million. Well, I don't like singling people out, but if you're bought for £50 million, no matter how old you are, you have to be able to take on a fullback, especially if you're brought into a club which is, the system is to get down to the byline and whack low balls across, which is what we do. Sonny, a legend at the club, lost it, came on today, didn't attack the fullback. That's the problem for me. So when we get our players back, it might help in terms of being more solid, more consistent, but we're still going to have the problems up front. We need to go out and buy a couple of wingers, which I don't think we'll do this January, because we need wingers that are going to attack the fullback. And yeah, as I said, I do blame that on Ange. You know, no one's perfect, but he should be telling these wingers, attack the fullback, like we do in training over and over and over again. It's mental, it really is. If you're not going to get that out of your wingers, you're going to have to chase to like a five at the back with, you know, with the wing backs. You can do that once the squad's all better. It was great to see Reguilon play today. He looked well up for it. It makes you laugh, doesn't it? Because the two people that the club, Ange or the club or both, were trying to get rid of Spence and Reguilon, play blinding today. Blinding. And I think that he's got to look at this and go, you know what? We can rotate with these players. I said the other time, in the future, these young players like Archie Gray, like Bergvall, this is going to give them a lot of much needed experience going through all this shit, so we say. And it will benefit them in the long run when hopefully things do be better for them. And Angie's got to learn by this as well, because a lot of professional footballers are sport nowadays. Reguilon could have come in today and thought to himself, sod you, Ange. You know, why should I help you? Why should I play out my skin? But he has, and so Spence. So maybe there's a future for them if you're going to rotate the squad, especially if we're in all these cups and all that. You know, there's things that Angie's got to admit that he's made a few mistakes. But it was good to see, and I was loving it. Reguilon was well up for it, trying to get the crowd up for it, you know. And because the crowd were a bit flat until he started doing that. But yeah, I just wanted to come on it today, really. Because I was proper annoyed, to be fair, looking at these social media, YouTube platforms. As I said, the more famous ones. It's like they get a kick out of seeing us do shit, and they want the manager, you know, out now, and they're not stepping back and looking at the reality of it. I mean, maybe we will get all our players back and we'll still be poor. If that's the case, then all right, fair enough. But look at the team, what he's got. You know, as I said, I'm not going to arse it, Ange, but you sometimes got to step back and look at the reality of the situation. And I think that is why he won't get sacked in January, even if we go out of cups. I mean, I might be wrong, because I think that Levy and the board are willing to go through a painful rebuild. I do think that. But if we start going down and we end up like 3 points above the relegation zone, I think that they'll panic. And they might say, look, we change. We understand, we might be mid-table and that going for a rebuild, but we can't risk losing the amount of money that we'd risk if we get relegated. So we're going to have to let you go. That could happen. So Levy's got to grow a pair of balls and the board. And if they are committed to this rebuild, they're going to have to make a very difficult decision on whether to gamble or not and just pray that they don't get relegated. I know it might seem stupid, but you can soon get dragged into it. And we haven't got easy games coming up, Spurs fans. What's your opinions on Ange? You just like, no, he's got to go, he's out of his depth, or, because I think we've needed a painful rebuild for a long time, ever since Potts said, we've got the nice house, now we need the furniture. And looking back on that, you never admit it, but I think Levy regrets that. He should have backed Potts then. Whether it worked or not, we'll never know, but I think we've needed a rebuild, and it was going to be a painful rebuild for a long, long time, and this looks like it, don't it? But yeah, the second half performance today also showed me that they're playing for Ange. So surely Levy would have seen that today, because you can see once the players stop playing for the manager, and that second half performance, especially today, showed me that they were giving everything, absolutely everything. And fair play to Ange, he come out and praised him to the max, didn't he, after that? Do you know what I mean? So if they're still playing for the manager, you've just got to just keep going, do you know what I mean? Because they obviously do believe in him, or they wouldn't play. As I said, professional footballers are sulkers, they're spoiled, and they don't give a shit if they throw the manager under the bus, because it's the easy thing to do. It's not our fault, it's the manager. But today, I was sort of happy with that, to be fair, because I thought if they're not playing for the manager, they're winning the shit. But as long as they keep playing for the manager, just keep going. I thought Bergvall done all right today. I think he was a bit shaky in the first half, but in the second half he seemed to be a lot better. I see some of the fans, again, they started booing when Ange took him off, but apparently he was one of the ones that was suffering from the bug, so I don't like that now. Madison done all right when he came on. I thought the substitutions actually did work today, to be fair. I thought Basuma was everywhere. Son didn't do much. I am worried about Son, to be honest. I really am. I don't know if he's a victim of the system. I don't know, but as I said earlier, we've got to sort out these wingers. I think we need to go out in probably the summer window now and buy 2 worldy wingers. I think I've said that before on this channel, because it's a massive problem. Kuvalevski tried to make things happy today. Don't want to slate him too much, because he's been brilliant this season, but sometimes I think he tries to do it all on his own, especially like today. He was wearing the captain's armband today, when he probably thought a bit more, I've got a bit more responsibility, and trying to force it a bit. But yeah, I thought they played all brilliant, to be fair. Fair play to the lads. They'll come off there absolutely gutted. But Ange's just got to say to them, look lads, I can't ask any more from you. They're absolutely fantastic. And maybe a thank you wouldn't go amiss. Do you know what I mean? I do really appreciate that you're still believing in me and you're giving it a go. And I'll promise you that I'll do the best to make this work. I think it's good that it's a relief. It's good, and it's a relief that they're still playing for the manager. And hats off to them all today, especially Spencer Gray, because that's crazy. I don't know how they'll get on against Liverpool if we've got Spencer Gray, but you just got to go with it. As I said, it's going to be a brilliant experience for them. I've got a feeling that Liverpool might rest a few for that game next week, because they'll be more than confident of beating us at Anfield in the return leg. They'll probably be quite confident of beating us with a few changes because of what's happening to us at the minute. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here, everyone, just not to slag off those channels, but to just put a bit of realism on it. Do you know what I mean? it's just like we lost, we crap, Ange out. I just don't understand it. I was watching the channel earlier today and they was actually arguing on it. The man, I'm not going to mention the names, you know what I mean, but they was arguing on it. Why are you arguing on it? The man was muting the other man because he wasn't answering almost what he wanted to answer. Jesus Christ, what is going on? Arguing amongst themselves. Why can't you just say, I don't agree with that, mate, but I can see where you're coming from, or whatever. It's getting mental. I mean, what do these people want? See, if he invited me on there as a guest, I'd just go, right, mate, I'm not going to argue with you. You want Ange out. Where do we go then? Who are we going to get? What are we going to do? You tell me. And once you've told me, we'll save that. And when it all goes Pete's hole, we'll bring it back. What are you going to say then? Be careful what you wish for. Rome weren't built in a day. I'm not saying he's going to build Rome, but give the man a chance. He's made a lot of mistakes. He has. But give him a chance. There's no point starting a rebuild and then 18 months later sacking him off, especially when he's had injuries, suspensions and bugs and whatever have you. Also, it's down to the board. Apparently they've signed a goalkeeper today. I think he was from Slava Prague. Is it Slava Prague? Oh, I think so. And Antonin Kinski or something like that. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about him, so when I heard that early doors this morning, I went on as many YouTube things as I could look at. I'm not naive enough to not know that they're going to put all the best bits on there, so I just try to do a bit of homework via the comments from Prague's fans, and apparently he's really good. I think he's going to sign someone a permanent deal to 2030, and also apparently he's here to not make up the numbers, not to be number 2. He's going to compete with Vicario, so that's good. Although after today, I do feel sorry for Austin, and also a big shout out to Ali McCoist. Fair play to him, fair bloody play to him. Give him man of the match. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Because why does man of the match, oh sorry, player of the match, or no, the bollocks. Why does the man of the match always have to go to someone on the winning team? It don't make sense. You could have a blinding game, an absolute blinding game for the losing team, but because you're on the losing team, you don't get it. So fair play, and it was good to see every time that Austin came out, he caught the ball from the corners. He tried to get things moving quick, and the Spurs fans were getting behind him, you know, trying to give him encouragement. So fair play to him. And if, like I said, they brought this other goalkeeper in. Apparently he's been waiting 17 years, 78 games or something. You know, let the man leave if you get this keeper. Give him a chance at a career, you know. Let him go and hopefully he'll have a really good career. But I was so chuffed for him today, you know what I mean? And he'll probably get that little trophy there today, won't he? Or whatever they're getting. He'll like that. So fair play to him. He couldn't have done nothing about the goals. But it's a shame you're not given a chance, but there's so much pressure. A lot of what it is because of the fans and that, and we got to win now. So much pressure that they'd probably like to put him in. I mean, in the 80s, he'd have probably been given a run at 10 games, you know, allowed to make a few mistakes and all that. And, you know, but not now. You make one mistake, you've had it, ain't you? It's all about win, win, win. There's no patience anymore, is there, in football? So on to Liverpool next. Predictions for that one. I think we're probably going to lose. But if Liverpool make changes, I think we could get a draw. If they show the same endeavour as they did today. But, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, over the 2 legs, I just can't see it. But it would be nice. Wouldn't it be just typical Spursy to win the Carabao Cup and then go down? Oops, sorry about that. Oh dear, sorry about that. Oh dear, releasing those live. But that would be typical, would it be waiting all these years for a trophy? And then we get relegated in the same season. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, I was going to leave it now. I'm going to go back to my bed again. I hope you all had a good new year. Please like and subscribe. And comment, give me your thoughts. And then, you know, if there's anything you want to ask, I'll always try and answer it or whatever. And that's it. Come on, you Spurs.